more commands!
Flank!
Want to make...
Stranger, a word. You look like the courageous type. Nothing too dangerous. My father, Lord Dial, hired a group called the Daggers to investigate the Harpy. Well, I need you to go and find them.
You're going to help me find the rest of the daggers? I'm not sure you're dagger material. The daggers were hired to help Lord Deal gather resources. Everyone has to start someplace. Harpies, eggs, whatever we can bring back so Lord Deal can figure out. We have to find the missing daggers.
Finally. Hope you... Really? Shove off now. I got... Dragon Guard, come here. Need your beating skills.
That scent on the air. The mask bearer approaches.
Good. Now we're just waiting for him. Just in time, my friend. When my old companion arrives, I'd prefer to have someone I trust at my side. Abner Tharn. According to his letter, the two of you worked together after the Prophet incident. He even praised you. I know, it surprised me too. The old snake also said he's bringing a friend. I know as much as you do. He just mentioned a threat to Southern Elsewhere. Between Tharn's cryptic letter and Nathalar's strange mood, I'm feeling uneasy myself. I appreciate you dealing with Nathalar. The dragon senses my unease over Tharn's letter, which only makes his own anxiety more pronounced. Abner Tharn is conceited, opinionated, condescending, and a pain in my arse. And those are his good qualities. All that said, I have the utmost respect for the Battle Mage. When danger appears, we could do worse than to have Abner on our side. Paces, he grumbles. He refuses to speak except in riddles. And he's only gotten worse since Tharn's letter arrived and my own mood soured. We both know something terrible gathers strength in the wilderness. His letter indicated a threat to Southern Elsewhere, but that was the extent of his revelations. I suppose he wants to tell us in person. Prudent, if frustrating. After all, one should never commit certain details to paper. I'm beginning to sense that. I told him about Nathalar and the Dragon Guard. While he still punctuates every sentence with an insult, he seems genuinely concerned. That's different from the man we once adventured with.
The bearded one speaks as though I am not perched within striking distance and can hear every syllable he utters. I might find his hubris amusing in a different light, but the light that remains fades as darkness comes. A riddle to those hindered by limited perspectives. A profound truth to one such as I. Something ancient and powerful assaults my senses, but the path ahead is unclear. I sense a darkness. Perhaps an absence of light. It sets my scales on edge. My feeling is my own. It grew from a tickle behind my broken horn when the fool of a battle mage opened the halls of Colossus. Now it swirls like a black storm around me. Quite unpleasant.
A portal? Here? See what you can make of it.
Tarn, how do you stand it? My head pounds like an orc drum.
You get used to it. And that was your best one yet.
Abner Tharn. You arrogant, vexatious son of a bleary-eyed...
Save your posturing, Sai. I missed you too, but we have a bigger problem to deal with.
Five Claw. My head spins from the efforts that took. Cadwell made it look so easy. By the moons, though, my heart sings at the sight of you, my friend. I did. Cadwell acquired power over portals after attuning at the Shadowdance Temple. Tarn suggested I might have the same ability, and he has been helping me. Just between us, he is not the most patient teacher. Lord Gareshri has my kingdom well in hand. We continue to clean up the mess left by the usurper queen, and there are still stray dragons to deal with. But Tarn convinced me that I was needed here. Working with a dragon, what an odd sensation. So Tarn has told me. He has been exchanging letters with Sai Sahan for some time. Do not expect me to turn my back on the creature, but I will respect this alliance. Moons, this must be what a mouse feels like in the presence of a purring Alfiq. I traveled to southern Elsewhere not just to finish this business with the dragons. The Khajiit of Palatine have been on their own for too long. The time has come to welcome them back into the Confederacy. The Elsewhere Confederacy, an alliance between Anequina and Palatine. The various political upheavals and the Nahatan flu have left the Confederacy in shambles. I plan to rectify that. Marching down from Rimmon, I suppose. Tarn was in a hurry, so he had me practice my portal making.
I see that my instructions were followed to the letter. The champion of Aquina, Sai Sahan, and the dragon Nafalar together in the same place, and I have brought Chimera. We have much to discuss. It concerns Calgrontide. Calgrontide absorbed a good deal of the Core's power before we stopped him. I hoped he was lost in the void after we dislodged him, but like us, he made his way back to Tamriel. I've been hunting for him ever since. Not just that. I pieced together his ultimate plan. Calgrontide boasted he would become the equal of Akatosh, and your dealings with Ludvalon and the cult of the New Moon suggest they were preparing for an ascension. Isn't it obvious? Calgrontide plans to become a god. There's an island off the coast, Dragonhold. In the Kunzari legends, it was the dragon's seat of power. I can't open a portal to it, I can't even scry it. It's protected by potent magic. You face the cult of the New Moon? The cultists revere Calgrontide. They must have a method for getting to and from the island. I assume their base at the New Moon Fortress holds the answers we seek.
Strange green stone. Does that sound like what you're looking for, Tharn?
Indeed. Since I read about it in your reports, I've wanted to examine it. Chimera, can you...
No more portals, Tarn. Not right now. I have duties other than conveying you around, you know.
Oh, very well. Sai, let's talk. We'll meet our friend at the fortress.
Calgrontide. A name from the past I hoped never to...
Damn blizzard. The people of Elsewhere cry out, "Why, dragons? Track the pe..." Every moment we we spend conversing.
Can't... Don't you know that interruptions at nap time cause mange of the fur? You mean other than the cultists that were trying their damnedest to disembowel us? Huh. Now that you mention it, I did hear a few of those nutters mentioning sending the green stone to an island. And I am not a mage. I wouldn't know a portal from a hole in the ground. But that's where they were gathering the green, Aeon stone, I think they called it. May the moons protect you on your mission. If you need a helping claw, come find me after my nap. I heard Aelia say something about meeting with the Queen of Enequina, which I take to be some sort of euphemism. As for the captain, he went to collect his special order, a case of plum brandy.
This one has much to do.
Thank you for saving the maid. It really don't pass. You need to rest, old man. Don't pretend otherwise.
If you insist.
I expected the New Moon cultists to disperse after the death of Lotfulan. I suppose Kalgrantid has other ideas. We need to determine how the cultists reached the Dragon's protected island. But according to Tharn, the cult operates both here and on the island. They must have a way to get from here to there. That entrance has most likely been sealed in response to what you and she accomplished here. A structure as ancient as this must have other entrances, though. Let's find one and make our way to the amphitheater. Tharn will be fine. He just needs to catch his breath. Which means I get a few blissful moments without listening to his scathing observations. The fortress is built atop the cliffside, and the river runs along its base.
I'll be fine. Magic just takes more out of me than it used to.
need to find another way in. Let's follow the river. Across here, I have a feeling. This looks promising.
You found a way inside, and without my help. Good. You never cease to surprise me, Sai.
What now, old man?
In the past, I considered you nothing more than Varen's muscle. But here you are, leading a new generation of Dragon Guard.
Your point, Tharn?
Just contemplating how some people adapt to change.
Some seek change, others have it forced upon them.
Wisdom from an empty well here in the belly of our enemy. Let's stick to the matter at hand, shall we?
Portal flees. There is work to do on my island.
Here. We must find him. Calgronti!
You shall be the first to behold the rise of the Dark Aeon.
The portal just closed. Tharn, can you open it?
Perhaps, but not by myself. Champion, let's talk. I know Sai was hoping for a confrontation, but I doubt we could have survived an encounter with Calgrontiid. He looked even more powerful than when we saw him at Jode's core. Now, this array of stones forms the portal's focal point. That's Aeon Stone, mined from sites throughout southern Elsewhere. I did a little research after receiving Sai's report. We need to energize the stones to activate the portal to Dragonhold. Aeon Stone has no intrinsic power. It amplifies whatever energy it absorbs. That's the key to activating the portal. If you step close to the stones, I'll siphon a bit of your vitality into them. That should provide power enough to open the portal. As I said, I did some research. Approach each Aeon Stone and I'll siphon a little of your vitality into them. That should... You think so? My knowledge is infinitesimal and it irks me. You take great pleasure in forcing me to admit to gaps in my knowledge, don't you? Point taken. Calgrontiid absorbed a significant amount of energy from Jode's core. With all the stone he had the cultists sent to the island, I assume... Aeon Stones hum with energy. That should allow me to open the portal to Dragonhold. This is harder than I thought. It's open. Our way to the island. Sai, go. Prepare the Dragon Guard.
Go? You can barely stand, old man.
Don't argue with me. Calgrontide's plan's near completion, and it will take all of us to stop him. Go!
Damn you, Thorn. I'll leave, but you better not die before I return.
I remember when spells such as this took barely any effort. While Sai rallies the Dragon Guard, our job will be to reach the island and find a way to lower its defenses. We're going to the ancient seat of Calgrontide's power to face a dragon that not only possesses the might of Jode's core, but the amplifying abilities of the Aeon Stone. Your concern is touching, but I'd prefer you save it for someone of lesser stature. It appears that the portal deposited us inside an ancient structure. I assume we're somewhere beneath the island of Dragonhold. That's an approximate translation of the Ta'agra text, from the secret histories of the Moonsingers. Some sort of powerful magic isolates this island. An Aegis. Everything I learned about Calgrontide came from a few oblique references in the Khajiit myths. An Aegis is a defensive spell. While the magic used in the Matrix surrounding Dragonhold is unknown to me, it bears some resemblance to spells I've cast in the past. That supposition was simply an educated guess. But yes, I believe that by channeling the energy from Jode's core through this strange Aeon Stone, Calgrontide can achieve an unprecedented level of power. I don't like the way this island is shaking. Obviously of Khajiit origin, old, maybe as ancient as these ruins, perhaps older. I think this depicts one of the forbidden legends. Oh, I can think of any number of reasons for a culture to declare a myth or legend forbidden, though most involve topics too disruptive or dangerous to discuss openly. Indeed, anything that hints at changing the status quo poses a danger to those in charge. See the number of moons? The Khajiit acknowledge multiple moons, but they rarely depict any besides Joan and Jode. The third moon is larger than both of them. The figures at the bottom, those must represent the new moon cultists. And see the Aeon Stone, emanating energy that gives rise to the third moon? Yes, I'm certain. This depicts the legend of the Dark Aeon. I came across another one of the secret Moonsinger myths during my research. It predicts the coming of a powerful new moon, the Dark Aeon. According to the legend, this new moon presages a time of darkness and the birth of a new supreme being. Ah, the confidence of youth.
Continue to feed the ritual sites. Calgronti demands a throne in the sky. We must accomplish this, or perish. to challenge me?
So much for feeling like my old self again. It took every iota of energy I absorbed from the Aeon Stone, and all I accomplished was to wound the dragon and drive it off. The injured dragon. There's nothing more dangerous, but also totally predictable. It will head to a secure location to mend its wounds. What could be more secure than the source of Dragonhold's defenses? Your observational skills never cease to amaze me. The energy gave me a boost, but it also wreaked havoc with my body. A mortal vessel was never meant to contain such power. Now that it's gone, I'm nearly spent. I'm not sure we stopped the ritual in time. There's a disturbance in the air. Something's about to happen. The humans and Khajiit could, but not Nafalar. We need that dragon and the bond you share to defeat Calgrontiid. As long as the Aegis is in place, Nafalar can't reach Dragonhold. We need to remove. Another tapestry. And that's clearly a dragon. This tapestry continues the legend of the Dark Aeon, because the cultists don't believe what we see here happened in the past. They believe the Dark Aeon will arise in the future. The very near future, if Calgrontiid has his way. I think the land at the bottom represents this island, Dragonhold. See the vast amounts of Aeon Stone, including the spire at the center? Its energy feeds into the new moon as it rises into the night sky. That's the Dark Aeon. The new moon, the new god that Calgrontiid plans to ascend to. But all that energy, that must be the source of Dragonhold's defenses. We have to find this location. We need to hurry and find the wounded dragon. The tremors grow worse with every passing moment, and I fear we're running out of time. We kill it, though I'm hardly fit for another battle. Even so, I doubt we'll be able to deal with the Aegis while the dragon still lives. Up there! That's Calgrontiid.
That foul soul. I know these ones. You cannot stop me. This island will ascend, and I shall become Transpassers. You will not destroy the Aegis.
may have dealt with the island's defenses, but whatever Calbronte is doing is getting stronger. Dragon's bones were up in the sky. These ruins won't stand much more of this. We need to get out of here. A dead end. There's no choice. I'll open a portal to the mainland. Hurry! It will take the last of my remaining strength to hold this open. Find Chimera and slice her eye. Prepare the Dragon Guard to attack. I'll be ready when you return. There's no time. Use the portal. Find Chimera.
Over here. I told you I sensed Tarn's magic.
Then where is... the sacred sons of Yokuda? Up in the sky! An island? In the sky?
How did the Dragon's Island get into the sky? And where is Tarn? Five Claw, tell me what is happening. The prophecy of the Dark Aeon and the New Moon. I should have seen it sooner. But what of Tarn? Where is he? Then we must return to the Dragon Guard Sanctum and rally our forces. Even if Tarn managed to overcome the island's defenses, reaching an island in the sky could pose a significant problem. I must ponder the possibilities. I do not want to imagine Tarn alone on that island. We must gather our forces and get back to him quickly, Five Claw. I fear time is running out for all of us. That is more of a question for Sai Sahan. But ready or not, they are all we have. Let us return to the Dragon Guard Sanctum and figure out how to reach the floating island. Tarn's magic. It has a specific scent. Since he has been training me to understand my attunement, I have learned to recognize his magic and track it when he unleashes it.
Queen Chimera speaks true. We must return to the Dragon Guard Sanctum and gather our forces.
One lousy ancestor fights alongside Hakon One-Eye, and suddenly you're expected to live up to your family name and start hunting dragons for a living.
You walk with a killer's swagger. Good. May Namira drag them to the darkness where they belong. We'll resume the hunt tomorrow, Walker. You will see.
Another distraction.
island is a floating dragon. I saw it with my own eyes.
Cal Grantid seeks to fulfill the prophecy. I must keep the lesser dragons from attending him on Dragonhold.
Hey! Ah, there goes our ride.
What do we do now? How are we going to get to Dragonhold?
I could try to open a portal, but without Tarn's guidance, I do not even know how to begin.
A dragon has no sense of propriety, flying off without so much as a by your leave. Without him a thorn, and we'll find that way, somehow. For now, rest. Prepare yourself. dragon has no sense of propriety, and will find that way. I refuse to be stymied by a hovering landmass. The floating island could be part of Calgranti's plan. I considered that option, but without a mage of Abner Tharn's abilities and experience, we have no way to activate the Aeon Stone. As far as I know, this is the first time the Dragon Guard has faced this particular obstacle. We need to find a way to get up to that island, and we need to do so quickly. There must be a way to reach Dragonhold.
I'd offer to help if I could.
Zoji proudly claimed...
Queen Chimera? When did Anequina put a Khajiit back on its throne? This...
Moons, guide me. What am I to do? No answers appear before my eyes, my friend. I seek a path for us, but find nothing but dead ends. I have one last idea. Moons willing, it will work as it did at Jode's core. The path I walked through the Shadow Dance Temple attuned me to the moons, and to the memories of my ancestor Anequina Sharp-Tongue. They were so clear when I needed them in northern elsewhere. I do not think so. Those ancient edifices connect only to specific locations. I do not think one of those would be on Calgranti's island. Watch over me while I try to access Anequina's memories. She helped Kunzari defeat Calgrantid in the past. Perhaps her insights will help us today, yes? Maybe she will speak to me, maybe not. If nothing else, I have to try. Anequina, reveal your memories to me. The answer you seek resides in the cavern of the moon's sacred light. That was intense. Anequina did not so much as show me her memories. She spoke through me. And her words, Five Claw, they were directed at you. I am as surprised as you are, my friend. But the message I received was clear. You must go to the Moonlit Cove. That is the cavern of the moon's sacred light. I am certain. No, not this time. I want to search the memories and see if Anequina has more to tell us about Calgrantit and her adventures with Kunzari. Ghost Cat? Like the spirits that accompanied us through the Shadow Dance Temple? Strange. I did not see this spirit. Are you certain of what you saw? Then I believe you, my friend. And the vision just confirms my conviction that Anequina's message was meant for you.
Good. You found the place. Let's talk. Queen Chimera recalled one last thing before I left her side. It took her a moment to understand what the vision was showing her, but she shared that a door. An ancient door, hidden behind a waterfall. I'd say placing an ancient corridor and its matching door behind a waterfall counts as hidden. I wonder what's behind it that will help us reach Dragonhold. Not so fast, my eager associate. See that tablet on the wall? It appears that parts of it are missing. I've seen elaborate locks such as this in the past. Not with that aura of magic that surrounds it.
This way, Father. Another few steps. Quick now.
I say we train those drug-addled lunatics like hounds. They already go for the throat.
Were you successful, my friend? The fragments fit together? What does it say? Nequina, Flinthild, Numerian. Those names. From the legends Abner goes on and on about. The Khajiiti hero, Kunzari. Khajiit and their riddles. But when I said Kunzari's name, the aura disappeared. Try the door now. Could this really be the tomb of Kunzari? Sarcophagus. And a ghostly cat. You see it too, my friend?
Zar was thinking. Firefly will never decipher the clues. Then, to Zar's surprise, here you are. Zar thought we would meet much sooner, dearest friend. Nequina always was too clever with her connotations, yes? Still, you are here now, and we have some small span of time to stop the rise of the Dark Aeon. Do not make Zar blush, dear friend. Legendary certainly fits, illustrious even. But mythic, that's a little much, yes? This one is who you say. The luminous lion of elsewhere. The joke. Apologies. It was much more grand when Zar's tales were widely told. Oh no, dear friend. Zar's tales had all been told. You do not expect Zar to draw you a map, do you? Where is the fun in that? No, the tale must be relished. The brave and beautiful Khajiiti Queen. Nequina's blood courses through her sleek and fragrant form. Give her Zar's claw. A rib, a femur, but a claw is least cumbersome. Do not look so surprised. The remains of a Khajiiti legend hold great power. Take Zar's claw to the Nequina of this age. She can use it to get your Krajun to Dragonhold. Now, accept this fine gift. A quick path back to your Krajun. That is where this story truly begins.
All this way for the remains of a legend? I hope Queen Chimera knows what to do with it. Take the claw to Queen Chimera. Into the bay. Really? I think the Ghost Cat did that on purpose. Bring the claw to Queen Chimera while I rally the Dragon Guard.
I hope that contentious old mage is all right. Tell me, my friend, what did you find behind the hidden door? Do we have a way to reach Dragonhold? Truly, Five Claw? Bright moons. What did you find inside? A weapon? A tome? His claw? And this will help us reach Dragonhold and put an end to Calgrontiid? Well, if Kunzari's spirit insisted. It is a claw. That is definite. I will study it, search Anequina's memories. It must have a purpose, even if the meaning initially eludes me. The Jonelight Path? I have never heard of such a thing, but it does sound promising. Not yet. But I will study the claw and search my memories. Let the...
Sai gathered us and we're ready to go.
If this Calgrontiid actually exists, how can either the Shields or the Dragon God hope to stand against it?
Just trust us, Father. I swear we won't let you down.
Well met. I hear you've been busy since last we spoke. Information, obviously. It isn't every day an island flies up into the sky. The Shields will do as they have always done. When the conflagration begins, all we can do is attempt to keep our own space drenched against the flames.
I don't know why my family forced me to join this dreadful Dragon Guard. It's not like there's any dragons up in Morrowind.
There's no end of dragon material to research.
General Renmus and the Shields will protect Senchal. If we can't assault Dragonhold, we'll direct our efforts to supporting the Shields. As Queen Chimera solved our transportation issue, the Dragon Guard is eager to at long last take the battle to Calgrontiid. Despite our past differences, the General did come through when we needed him. I extended an invitation and he decided to accept. General Renmus wishes us success in our mission, but he won't leave Senchal undefended. It falls to the Dragon Guard to assault Calgrontiid's stronghold. The General's forces will remain in reserve, protecting the city and ready to act if we fail.
Five Claw, I think I know what to do with Kunzari's claw. Five Claw, I think I understand. I can draw upon the power of the claw to open a portal to the Jonelight Path. That is the part I have not fully worked out yet. But in Anequina's memories, I saw a place between places, full of moonlight and stars. No, Five Claw. Without Tarn to guide me, I do not want to risk all of our eggs in this particular basket. The Dragon Guard will remain in reserve. Let them defend Senchal. You are Five Claw. You and Sai Sahan. We are Krajun, a company of heroes. Together, we will walk the Jonelight Path and see where fate takes us. Trust me, my friend. This is what the three of us must do. Dragon Guard, defend Senchal until you hear from us. Five Claw, Sai, with me. Enter the portal.
So much to do, so little time.
Such magic never ceases to amaze me.
Welcome, dear friends, to the Joan Light Path, where heroes such as we can climb the liminal forces that bind each here to every there.
You are the Kunzari.
Oh, please. Blood of my beloved. To his friends, this one is simply Zar. Now, cross the Joan Light Path and make your way to Dragonhold.
This is even more spectacular than Jode's core.
This place. I do not trust what my eyes see. And neither should you, my friend.
The Joan Light Path. Magnificent, yes? It was here that the most legendary Khajiit learned to cross vast distances in a short amount of time. Zar can go anywhere, yes. You? No, not so much. Between the two of us, only Kunzari has heard Azura's whispers and climbed the forbidden tree. Or your soul will be torn asunder. Only Azura's swiftest champions can survive in this between place for very long. Why? Who can say?
Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Such a wonder.
Mind the gaps between the stars, dear friends. Zar will feel terrible if any of you fall.
This place, it goes on forever. So many islands, but no way to reach them.
The end is near, dear friends. You can almost smell Kalgronti's stench from here. This is the spot where the liminal of here touches the liminal of there. Yes, Zar breaks his own rules. It is his nature, yes? Through this portal awaits the end of a tale that started long ago. Moons guide you, dear friends. My dear.
I have.
Another portal? Portals. You enter first and emerge last. Even time refuses to work correctly around such magic. Come. Queen Amira and Nathalar are up ahead.
What began in Anequina ends in the sky over Palatine. I sense power, a vast supply, building like a storm at the island's heart. Calgrontid is close to achieving his terrible goal. Luckily, Nafalar had the foresight to meet us here. I have a guess. Nafalar tells us that there are focal points, Aeon Stones placed at key locations around the island. If we can disrupt the flow of energy through these focal points, it may stop Calgrontid's ascension ritual. If Abnar Tharn was with us, he would have a magical solution. In his absence, I see only one clear path. We must destroy the Aeon Stones that make up the focal points.
Mask Bearer, don the Mask of Alkash and fill it with the energy of the creatures of Dark Aeon. It will protect you and the others from my fire.
I agree with Nefalar and Queen Chimera.
Keep moving, Five Claw. We need... There! That shard of Aeon Stone! Destroy it!
appears our efforts have displeased Calgrantit. Good.
Then let us press the advantage while we have it.
Could they be part of the complex you explored with Tharn?
If Tarn still lives, he could have taken refuge inside.
We'll find him, Queen Chimera. I've seen Tharn survive worse things than a floating island.
Moons help him. But I suspect Tarn has more to worry about than the floating island.
Hurry to the pinnacle.
Just up ahead.
dares interfere with my ascension!
That was the last of the focal points. Now, to deal with Calgronted.
As you say, Queen Chimera.
Late again. How typical. I had a feeling that you were behind the disruption of the other focal points. Figured I'd help by taking out this last one. Ever the voice of support and tact. Considering the circumstances, I could be worse. Unfortunately, I believe we solved one problem and created another. To safely absorb all that energy, Calgronted needed the focal points. As close as he is to his ascension, safety will be the furthest thing from his mind. If he proceeds with his ascension, and makes even the slightest mistake, if Calgronted tries to ascend without the focal points, he could unleash all that pent-up energy. The resulting blast would destroy elsewhere, perhaps all of Tamriel. You worry more than an... I ran. Dodged falling bricks and leapt over collapsing floors. Made my way to the surface. Only to find we were a league or more in the sky. I did what any proper battle mage would do. I hid. As you can see, I'm in no condition to take on Calgronted by myself. So I watched and waited. Of course he did. If we survive this, you can explain that to me later.
Are you up to this, old man?
Don't concern yourself about me. Just remember, Calgronted is perched atop a gigantic shard of Aeon Stone that pulses with enough power to destroy the continent. Concentrate on the task at hand.
That door. Calgronted is through there.
Before we enter, prepare yourselves. And this might be the last time we have a chance to talk, so use it well.
This is it. Our Krajun is now complete. Now...
Are you ready, my friend? One last leap into oblivion? I ran.
We have reached the precipice, my friend. Whatever happens next will decide the fate of our world.
I'll cast spheres of protection upon the grapple points when Caltronti prepares to shout.
Let me taste you. Before I complete my ascension. Submit to my reign, and you may get served.
Damn that dragon. Wait for him to return, or force him to land. dragon. Force him down or wait for his return.
wanted.
The island. It's shaking apart. What's happening?
The energy in the Aeon Stone. We need to contain it before it explodes. Even in death, that damned dragon haunts me. If that Aeon Stone shatters, Tamriel is doomed. No, my friend. This task requires a dragon and a battle mage. Take Chimera and Sai Sahan. Find a way out of here. Nafalar and I will contain the explosion. And we have accomplished amazing things. But this isn't something you can help me with. Save the others. I need to reach that crystal before it explodes. I prepared for a moment such as this. I insist that you trust me. This one last time. If this is goodbye, my friend, it has been a privilege.
I will do what I can, mage.
Get them out of here, Chimera. I know you
Ron will do what he always does. He'll save Harry. Now then, Nephilim, can you fly us off the island?
I must aid the wizard, or the explosion will destroy everything.
Moons take your time. Suppose we have to try. So, give me strength. There! Hurry, my friends, into the portal. I see. Come, stand with me, Five Claw. Tarn was a better teacher than I gave him credit for. When I needed to do it, I was able to open a portal. The island, it exploded, but the blast spread no farther. Tarn did it. Elsewhere is safe. I know, Five Claw. I know. I did not like the man, but I came to respect him. In the end, he was part of my family. Sai went back to the Dragon Guard Sanctum to check on the others. As for Nafalar, I do not know. He was on Dragonhold helping Tarn. We can only hope. The Dragon Guard, they did so much. And you, always my champion. My words, they are not enough, yes? You have done so much for my homeland. For me. Go to the Dragon Guard Sanctum. Meet with the others. I wish to stay here a while longer. I will find you when I return. All of this makes one think about the past. I lost my family. I lost good friends. I nearly lost my homeland. But we persevered. Before I met you, there was something else I lost, though. I did not realize it. Something that you returned to me. Hope. No matter what we faced, no matter the danger, you never gave up. You never gave in. You taught me such a valuable lesson. You and Tarn both. Thank you, my friend.
Dragon Guard's finest. Let us talk. Good to see you up and walking about. You were dead to the world after we escaped Dragonhold. We did it, my friend. And Tamriel owes you a great debt. You and Abner Tharn both. Damn that old wizard for playing the hero. He contained a blast that should have turned elsewhere into ash and cinders. But did he have to get himself killed to do it? Whatever it is, we'll be ready for it. For now, though, I owe you a debt as well. Without your help, the Dragon Guard would never have been reborn. We succeeded beyond my expectations. Take this, and know that there will always be a place for you here. We did it, my friend. We reformed the Dragon Guard and put an end to Calgrantid. Not bad, if I do say so myself. I do have one last favor to ask. It concerns Nafalar. He returned shortly after we did, but he's been acting strangely. He won't talk to me. Won't tell me what happened up there after Abner... He trusts you. Can you check on him for me? Upstairs in his chamber. He seems troubled about everything that happened. Talk to Nafalar. See if he can shed any light on what happened up there at the end. And check in with the rest of the Dragon Guard. You have the time. We all want a moment with the hero of Dragonhold. Zaji's words, not mine. Oh, you accomplished amazing things in your time with us. Latfulan, Calgrantid. But such titles, they mean more to the admirers than they do to the admired. Our Dragon Guard is young. Let them have their heroes.
When we saw the island begin to break apart, it was all I could do to stop Zaji and Casca from leaping into the pounce and sailing off to fish you out of the sea. Can you imagine trying to navigate while parts of the island were raining down? The thought... You know, I've been thinking... Maybe I'm not actually cut out for the Dragon Guard. I feel so young compared to Sai. So... inexperienced. I did? I mean... I did, didn't I? And I took command of our forces down here while you and Sai were up there. You always know what to say, don't you? Thank you, my friend. I'll keep that in mind, even as I strive to gain more experience. You know, I really do like being a part of all this. Aelia of the Dragon Guard, I'm going to make you and Sai proud. No, that was just a slight moment of doubt. But you've set me straight, and I take my calling very seriously. I go wherever the Dragon Guard needs me. I will make time to return to Senchal and visit with my father, though. I owe him that much.
This Dragon Guard, it's good, but it needs work. Luckily, Sai Sahan has me to knock some sense into this sorry bunch. The work, the mission. We may have taken out the Dragon Clan mothers, so to speak, but there are still a lot of lesser dragons to deal with. For as long as they'll have me and Captain Zaji both. Truth be told, the bearded one handles himself well in battle.
This one is sorry he missed all the action on Dragonhold. Zaji expects to be part of the next assault on a floating island, yes? The smuggling, the piracy, the drinking? Wah! This one has dropped them like a hot sweet cake. Zaji always wanted to be a hero. The Dragon Guard. It gives Zaji a chance to do something important with his life. Something good. But we should be celebrating, not examining decisions that brought us to this point. Zaji still thinks a celebration is in order. Perhaps this one will mention it to the Lady Queen from Enequina. She must have enough gold to throw a proper party. There are still dragons to deal with. And the Dragon Guard will need more ships. A whole fleet of them. Then Captain Zaji will require a grander rank. What do you think? Admiral Zaji? Yes? Next time there is a dragon, Zaji does not want to be left behind.
I don't recall you jumping forward to challenge Latfulan.
Now, Aelia.
We're supposed to live here. I thought the Dragon Guard were a dignified order.
Right. Zaji is nothing if not prudent.
Mask Bearer. I look around my home and see so much activity. The Bearded One's minions, they scurry like ants in the moon sugar. It vexes me. The Battle Mage wanted to contain the energy of the Aeon Stones, to keep the release from destroying anything beyond the crumbling island. I helped him achieve that goal before I returned here. I do not know. The Battle Mage was weak, exhausted, but he refused to give up. He wanted to save you, save this land. I lent him enough of my power to accomplish that task. It was the least I could do, after he helped stop Calgrantid. All I can tell you is what Calgrantid believed. He believed that with enough power, he could become a new moon in the sky, a new god to challenge Akatosh. Regardless of the truth, he had to be stopped. Now, for me, the time has come to move on. Glad that a creature as magnificent as Calgrantid had to be destroyed? No, Mask Bearer. I am disappointed that it came to that Calgrantid forced us to intercede. He was dangerous, so we ended the danger. And now, I must take my leave. Wherever my wings will take me, Mask Bearer, I must bide my time and wait for the next event that requires my intervention. It was good to see that we could work together, mortal. I will remember that. And now, farewell. We may meet again, Mask Bearer. The world is not so very large, and do not worry about the mask. Like me, it will bide its time until it is again needed. Tell the Dragon Guard they have my respect.
Nephilar, I heard the wing. I heard the wings. Nephilar has left us? Probably for the best, all things considered. Were you able to get him to tell you what happened on Dragonhold before the island totally broke apart? Tharn's a tough old goat. If there was a way to survive, he'd find it. I don't think there was. Oh, I almost forgot. We received a summons from Queen Chimera. She wants to see us. All of us. In Senchal. She was being rather cryptic, but I think she wants to throw a celebration. Honor the Dragon Guard and all that. Beforehand, however, she wants to talk to you. You could find her in Central Palace. Queen Chimera impressed me, my friend. It isn't every ruler who readily puts themselves in harm's way for the sake of their people. Tamriel could use a dozen more like her. She certainly did. We'll follow along shortly. In order to make a good impression, the Dragon Guard needs to be ready. I'll instruct Zaji and Casca on proper etiquette and protocol. Hopefully some of what I tell them will stick.
How can we protect you, my queen, if you continue to leave us behind?
I am no fragile kitten, Zamorak. My duty will always take precedence. Ah, Five Claw, you arrive in the nick of time. While I deal with my royal protectors, I have an important task for you. I need you to represent me before the Imperial General Renmus. He knows of my goal to restore the Elsewhere Confederacy and rejoin Anequina and Palatine. Given their service, I want to offer the Shields of Senchal a place in this restored kingdom. But I trust to handle such a delicate negotiation. General Renmus has an idea this is coming. I want you to officially present the offer and determine what he thinks.
Zamorak still cannot believe you are here, Five Claw. Still, if this one wasn't close enough to protect the Queen, Zamorak is glad that you were. Now, this one must see to the Queen's luggage. She will want to look royal for what comes next, yes? We arrived a short time ago. After Queen Kamira abandoned us, we had a long march down from the north. Zamorak would have worried about her more, but we had dragons and other hostile creatures to deal with along the way. Everything and more, my friend. Everything and more. In the time that Zamorak has served, Queen Kamira has proven to be a very active monarch. She is exactly what Elsewhere needs, even if it makes this one's job ever more difficult.
We also heard that the Dragon Guard have returned, and led by Sai Sahan himself. I wonder if the Irregulars would make the cut. We've battled a dragon or two since agreeing to Queen Kamira's terms. There's still work to be done to repair the damage caused by Euraxia, and the Queen is very generous when it comes to compensation. When Zamorak needed a few troops to bolster the royal chaperones, I volunteered to accompany the Irregulars. Oh, nothing like what we faced back in northern Elsewhere. But then again, we weren't fighting dragons atop floating islands. Yes, we heard all about it. Sounds exhilarating. Once everything settles down, I must hear your version of the story.
I seem to have jigged when I reached Solitude when I should have jagged. Well, anyway, here I am. Now, did you summon me, or did I send for you? I really find myself where I expect to be, either. One of the great mysteries of life, I dare say. My portals usually take me where I need to be, whether I realize it or not. Rather convenient, if a bit disconcerting at times. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Mostly the latter, not so much of the former. I handled a few tasks for Queen Kamira, visited with Abner Tharn, even dispatched a dragon or two, the smallest ones, nothing too impressive. So good of you to remember. The scamps have been working day and night to finish the place. Soon it will be a perfect getaway, a retreat from all the questing and daring do. You must...
How can I get any work done with these constant interruptions? Ah, it's you. I understand we have you to thank for stopping the dragon and getting rid of the floating island? Thank you. But what brings you to my office at this particular point in time? So, Anequina seeks to come to the rescue of Palatine? We've been doing quite well on our own, I'll have you know. Well, who am I kidding? The shields have been getting by on luck and tenacity. And then the dragons came. My soldiers and I, we swore an oath to the Empire. If we forsake that oath and take up with Rimmond's queen, what does that say about our commitment and loyalty? I seem to be caught between my pride and my honor. What do you think, Dragon God? You make an excellent point. The Empire no longer exists, but Senchal continues to need us. It would be dishonorable to turn away from our duty. Very well. For Senchal and its people, I will agree to Queen Chimera's terms.
Father, excuse the interruption, but the ceremony is about to begin.
Perfect timing. And Aelia, I've accepted Queen Chimera's offer. We shall help her re-establish the Elsewhere Confederacy.
That's excellent news, Father.
Senchal needs the shields, and the shields need the support of a monarch. Now, come along. We need to get all of you to that ceremony.
As you say, Father.
Comes the Slayer of Kelgrantid.
Yeah! All 7 of them! Woo.
I told you to go easy on the plum brandy.
Five Claw, come here, please.
Well, you sure know how to stay out of trouble, don't you? Of course, we'd all be dead 5 times over if you didn't keep sticking your nose into things. Yeah, Mareki tells me we haven't taken in all the sights. Still got a few ancient ruins to poke around in, I guess.
So strange that dreams can bring people and places together. I can never recall the beginnings, but they always end the same. I'm standing outside the citadel. Just... No. His eyes flick upward to look at me. Tired. Tiny is so glad to see you again. When she and Safik heard about the island in the sky and your duel with the dragon, how could she not come? How could she not wish you well? Oh, we are. Sormund will take us. But none of us felt right leaving without seeing you and the dragon guard receive the Queen's honor. Thus...
Salutations! Shazar sees that Srendar smiles upon your struggles. The springs sparkle again, and the smugglers are seeking shelter somewhere else. There are...
Ha! This one thought you brave when you marched against Turo and his slavers. And now this one hears you went to a floating island and bested a dragon. Yes, this one and Diney still plan to make the voyage. But we could not leave without seeing the Queen and honoring the Dragon Guard.
Southern Elsewhere certainly isn't my home. But moments like these... Well, I didn't say that. But I'm glad Diney and Safik talked me into staying long enough to see this grand ceremony.
Adara High heard you were being honored in Senchal Walker. She decided to come see for herself. Struggles take their toll, Walker, and your ordeals have been extraordinary. This one is glad those experiences haven't scarred you. You are stronger from the strife you've seen. Not everyone is so lucky. Her wounds are fresh. Adara High does not yet know what scars she will carry, but Kaishki is strong in spirit. Perhaps too strong. She has pushed this one to take her to the Twilight Cantors. She aspires to join them. It's complicated. Adara High took comfort in Kaishka's quiet life. This one faces the horrors she does so that Khajiit can have that sort of peace. Kaishka has been robbed of that, but Adara High hoped she would find it again. Only if her sister sees this as a path to vengeance. A Twilight Cantor cannot carry hatred in their heart. But that is unlikely. After seeing the love Kaishka and Vijari shared, this one is certain that there is no room for darkness in her sister. She will be happy you thought of her. Enjoy your accolades, Walker. You deserve all of them.
Baby, I did not realize you were so famous. It seems restoring Khajiit of the Moons was just a simple errand for one such as you. This one is... Well, it may not be so dire a need as fending off these dragons, but it was meaningful to us.
That's the raiment of the Queen of Rimmon? Oh, it seems to...
I seem to have jigged when I...
The Queen refuses to begin this.
My dearest friend, you must take your place alongside the rest of the Dragon Guard. The ceremony cannot begin until all of those I wish to honor are accounted for. Pomp and circumstance are a necessary component of every ceremony. The masses demand it. Besides, I want to honor the Dragon Guard's accomplishments, yours included. People of Senchal, let us recognize the efforts of the Dragon Guard. They saved Elsewhere from the rage of dragons. First, let us bow our heads and remember Abnar Tarn, who gave his life to save Tamriel. Second, it brings me great joy to mark the return of Sai Sahan and the Dragon Guard. May you always watch over us all.
The honor is ours, Queen Chimera.
And finally, join me in honoring my friend and champion who ended the threat of Calgrontid once and for all. 3 cheers for Five Claw! 3 cheers for the Dragon Guard!
3 beers? No, Zaji has had enough. Thank you.
Dragons take me.
Is the ceremony over? Did Zaji get a medal?
From pit fighter to pirate to honored by the Queen of Rimmon,
What a moving ceremony. I feel honored to have been, honored by the Queen.
I need to find the Queen's court historian. I want to make sure Zaji's antics don't make it into the official record. The Dragon Guard still has much to learn, and there remain dragons to deal with. After that, I need to find my Snow Lily. Let Lyris know I'm all right. You won't believe how much I miss that beautiful half-giant.
I wish I could issue a proclamation and solve all our problems. But it doesn't work that way. For now, we celebrate. Then we must get back to work. I suppose. But I will not forget what you have done for all of Elsewhere, my friend. You and Abner Tarn both.
And so you save us once again, Mask Bearer. Tidali is pleased she was able to guide you, if only for a short time. A simple question with a complicated answer. Tidali...
You did so well, dearest friend. The blood of my beloved made such a lovely speech. Now your tale will be spread far and wide. But could she have not spared at least a word or two about the humble Kunzari? Truthfully, not a bit. Zar's story ended where yours began, and it was a pleasure to witness your triumphs and tragedies. An honor. May the legacy of your Krajun last as long as Zar's did. No, longer. Do not mention it. Now, prepare yourself. Hero work is tiring, yes? And endless. The stories repeat, and this is your turn in the cycle. Impending doom, resolute hero, miraculous salvation. Save the world and start again. That is the way of things. And that is a story that Kunzari cannot wait to hear. For the world is a sadder place without its heroes or its stories. Farewell, dear friend.
Even with Lotvulan killed, there's still plenty of dragons in...
I know. A high elf in a mage's guild studying magic. Everyone goes on about high elves and magicka, but honestly, for a high elf, I know. Back home in Alinor, my mother got so... You are not my mother. I suppose so. Granted, this isn't one of the bigger guilds and the city is half ruined.